It's the Super Banter Brothers. It's the Super Banter Brothers. We're bantering round the block. How'd you
Banter
like our new theme song?
Brothers!
Hey, there it is. There it is.
That's the
Fucking
90s
right.
Ninja Turtle-esque theme song you were going with there.
So yeah, it's us, the Super Banter Brothers. It is I, Senor Donut, and as always, I have with me the incorrigible.
Oh, stop. Grant Patrizio.
We hope that you are doing well on this sunny, muggy,
Ugh.
dark, cloudy, whatever day that
Sunny,
you are
muggy,
having.
dark, and cloudy. Wherever you are, we hope
Wherever
you're
you
doing
are.
well.
Yes, that is exactly what I wanted to say that I couldn't get out the right way. But anyways, what are we doing today, Grant? We're talking about something that is very not near and dear to both of our hearts, actually.
Yeah. We cover in spooky games because we have officially entered the spooky season. And I don't know
Yes,
about
it
you,
is.
Mr. Donut, but Grant plus spooky has never exactly gelled very well.
Same here. Same here. I am a soft pastry with creamy goodness inside. I am not made with spiders inside, so I'm not good with the spooky stuff either.
I mean, I
That
may
being
not be a
said,
donut, but I could be described as the same way.
that being said, I am getting a little into the spooky stuff. The reason
Ooh.
being that my brother um, and I do a movie podcast as well. For those of you that are interested, it's called Random Rentals. But we recently saw the movie Weapons, which is a horror movie. Um, and let me tell you, I was properly spooked
Hmm.
by the movie, but not in a horrible way. And I'll explain more because today what we're talking about is spooky games, right? We're talking about those games that are uncomfortable to play due to the anxiety, suspense filled, terror filled moments that are in these games and what comes with them. Um, but
Speaking of
first,
spooky, my little anti-spook just decided to join the chat. So
oh,
he's gonna be with us as long as he wants to be. Sorry to interrupt, but he was kind of chiming in down there, and I'm just like, okay, you want to be in an episode, Tango? Let's have you in an episode. And he picked the perfect episode to debut in, so to speak.
all right. We're gonna start this episode like we start every episode. That's not true actually, because last time, yesterday, or the last
Last
recording that we
episode.
had, we did not start
We
the
did
way
not
we
start
normally
this
start.
way, but it segued back there pretty well. We're going to
Yes,
start how we usually start our episodes,
there
which
you go.
is, what have we been playing, Donut?
Uh, Last episode, I talked to Big Game about what I was playing, right? Because we're both
Right.
streamers. We both play games online for our chat and then offline as well. Because you need something to play to kind of veg out. Let me ask
Yeah.
you a question, Grant. When you stream,
Yeah.
after stream, like there's like a certain post care stream stuff that you do,
Yep.
right? Is gaming one of those things?
It depends on the game that I'm in the mood for or the game that I'm playing on stream. Like, because I am currently massively obsessed with Sonic Racing Crossworlds to the effect of almost buying the game 3 times within the course of a week. Um, for
You've got a
me,
problem.
I spend too many gold rings on a certain blue hedgehog. And I'm not ashamed. Just like I spend too much money, MUNNY, on Kingdom Hearts.
Mhm.
Anyway, uh, part of that, like if it's a Sonic Racing Crossworlds kind of game, yeah, gaming's part of the wind down regimen, as I call it. But it doesn't happen every time because sometimes I just need to turn my brain further off than a video game and I just watch some TV. Or if Tango decides that he wants to hang with me because he missed me after stream, then he and I just spend some time time together and cuddle up. But yeah, sometimes gaming is a part of the post stream regimen.
And what game you said you typically go to whatever you're feeling at the moment. You don't
Right.
have a go-to or anything?
Not right now, not these days. I mean, these days it would be Sonic Racing Cross Worlds just because of the obsession.
Mhm.
But generally speaking, it's whatever I am drawn to on a whim. Like, there was one time after a recent stream, I went to play some Donkey Kong Bonanza because of the Emerald Rush mode. And how that's just, it's a fun little speed based roguelike moment in Donkey Kong Bonanza. Love the visuals for a bit, did a round or two with that, and oh, look, time to do my stretches before bed.
Mm.
Um, it's more of a, I need to let my body wind down, not just my brain. And sometimes the gaming puts me in a stiff position that I need to stretch myself out of.
Gotcha.
But what about
Uh
you? Do you have a typical?
so yeah, the post care for me is usually depending on how many people I have in the chat. I will try and see about rating out to fellow streamer of some kind, and then from there I'll kick it in their chat for a little bit. Say hello, and then apologize for having to leave and do the post care stuff, which to me is taking off the mask, shutting off the computer. And then getting ready for bed and then gaming in bed. And one of the things that I usually go to game in bed is either Balatro or
Hmm.
Balatro, depending on who you ask, which is a poker game that is a roguelike. Fantastic game if you have not played it. I've converted some people to play that game.
Didn't it get a
um
game of the year?
it did get a game of the year, so it's well worth it for sure.
Good
Have
call.
you played Balatro?
I have not Balatroed, nor have I Balatroed. Um I might have to.
I
Next time
think
I
you
come
should.
see you, I will get the lowdown, so to speak.
Yes, yes. Um, but currently, I am playing very chill, um, a very chill roguelike experience. I know that's not very
Chill plus roguelike is I call that logic into question. My
well.
favorite donut.
Let me explain. Let me explain.
Okay.
Because this game is a roguelike,
Mm-hmm.
but it is about creating long words. It is a game that's called Wordplay, and it's available on Steam. I don't know if it's available anywhere else, but this game has you create words. And the roguelike aspect comes in that you have to get a certain score before your number of turns runs out. And each turn is taken down by one when you play a word.
Oh
So you're
wow.
trying to get a score to beat the score in every round that you go through. And every round that you beat, you get another 4 turns added to your turn counter, right?
Got it.
And
Okay.
between rounds, you are able to pick a reward, which is either a modifier that modifies your score,
Mm-hmm.
a power up that powers up your tiles,
Mm-hmm.
uh, or something else.
So it's like
Um,
Scrabble, but a roguelike.
yeah, yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Okay.
So
Scrabble, but a roguelike.
if you're familiar with Scrabble, and if you're familiar with the concept of a roguelike, then this game might be up your alley. But for me, it's a very chill way to just kind of like, veg out and use my brain and try to figure out words and whatnot. So yeah, I really enjoy that game. So it's either Balatro, or it's either this game to chill out to. Um,
Gotcha.
so that's my post stream care routine for me. But what I've been playing is another roguelike that just got its release, which is Hades 2. I have
That's why
played
I
this
thought the
game.
concept of a roguelike could be very chill.
Right? Because Hades 2, I would not say is a chill game. It's a very fun game. It's a very cool and just highly customizable experience per run. But it's great. It's great fun. I have an immense amount of joy playing it. So yeah, that's what I've been playing on and off stream.
Gotcha. As on this end, aside from the obligatory Sonic Racing Crossworlds obsession that I alluded to before, I have been working out some technical details with trying to restart my playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 2 on stream.
Mm,
There's still something that I just can't seem to navigate, even though I see other streamers with this series not have this issue.
what's the
So
issue?
the issue is that Twitch decides, oh, hey, his VOD is going to be randomly muted in a lot of places, even though he is talking over the audio that's going down right now. And we're not going to explain why.
Hmm.
So, whenever I play a Kingdom Hearts game beyond Kingdom Hearts 1 or Chain of Memories, apparently, I have to do something with the background music, whether it be replace it, just omit it, uh, go in the game's settings to like turn that down while I still have the character dialogue up. I'm not sure, but the VOD itself, once it's posted, just omits random parts of the stream volume wise, even if I am talking over the stream itself.
Interesting. Have you
Yeah.
thought about maybe not doing a VOD for that and just recording it for yourself and then posting it on your YouTube channel?
I mean, maybe. Honestly, getting the VODs or recording it for myself is something I've been considering it for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
And posting old VODs and gameplay stuff on my YouTube for the full stream is something I've been considering. I've also been considering multi streaming to YouTube and Twitch at the same time.
Mm.
So the full VODs would just land there when they're done. Um, I would like to figure out a solution to this that isn't that, if possible.
Mm.
Just because I had the successful experiences with Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories. And way back when I started streaming, which is when I did these, I had a goal to stream the entire series before Kingdom Hearts 4 came out.
I think you have a good amount of time before that comes out to figure this out.
I mean, knowing that series release schedule, you might be right. But even still, like I would like to be able to solve the problem so I can take the time that's needed to stream Kingdom Hearts 2 on critical, do the Mushroom 13, beat the Lingering Will, all the sort of stuff that I did with KH1 and Chain of Memories. And then, of course, doing the same again with Dream Drop and the zero point 0.2 demo, 3, that DLC. The only things I know for sure I wouldn't be able to stream at this point with my current tech setup are Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, because that would involve sailing the seven seas, as would Kingdom Hearts Recoded, because the only way they are playable on the HD collections are as cutscene movies.
Mm.
And if I'm getting audio issues from actual gameplay, I imagine cutscene movie watch parties would be worse.
Jeez. You know what? I have a network of of people that I know that might be able to uh shed some light on how to bypass these technical issues. So
And
I
get me out of the
will
realm of darkness, why don't they?
I will ask on your behalf and see what I can come up with to give you, if
Appreciate that,
anything.
don't it?
Of
Appreciate that.
course.
Thank you.
Of course. Um Grant, I hate to do this.
We gotta talk the spooky games, don't we?
Yeah, so
Oh boy.
we have to talk about this real quick, which
Oh
is
boy.
spooky games in general. Uh
Yeah.
I'm not a spooky guy. I've said that many times.
Same.
My brother laughs at me for not being a spooky type of guy. And you know, it's that brotherly love. You know,
If
not that
that's what you want to
acceptance.
call it.
I know, right? No, I love my brother. But he has exposed me to more horror movies, as our time doing our movie podcast has expanded.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I have, seen a couple of them, and I would say the couple that I have seen have been bangers, as he calls them.
Ah,
Um,
yes. I believe the youth would also say that.
yes, he is the youth. So he's more youthful than I, but he's not as youthful as he puts on.
Ah.
Um, so when we first started our podcast, the scary movie that he introduced me to was Evil Dead Rise.
Mm. Okay.
Now, the Evil Dead franchise, for at least the first one, was known as a scary movie, and the second and third one were more on the kind of campy, comedic horror kind of cycle. Um, and gaming in general uh, has had a lot of different iterations of, you know, converting a franchise or something into a horror game. Um,
Or at least trying to make it significantly scarier.
right. Uh, I can remember, Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street on the NES. Um,
Hmm.
or retrofied, sorry, what was the other one? Clock Tower, I think. Clock Tower was one of those scary games as
Hmm.
well, which is kind of like a mystery horror game. Um,
Gotcha.
and then of course you get into your jump scare fests, Five Nights at
Five Nights at
Freddy's series.
Freddy's.
Hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah. Uh, I, as a gamer, absolutely hate jump scares.
Same. I, as a person in general, hate jump scares. Like, I can't necessarily draw on real life or like gaming experience for this, but outside of the gaming sphere, I have friends, some of whom you have met,
Hmm.
who would want me to go to Halloween horror nights with them at Universal.
Hmm.
And that is legitimately designed to scare the living doo doo out your backside. And I'm just like, no, I refuse. And they're like, why not? It's just Halloween stuff. And I'm like, you don't know me very well, do you? I don't like getting scared. And because of childhood trauma that I will spare the listeners, even Halloween itself is a day that I have gained a reputation of being a literal Halloween humbug over. Like I'm the kind of guy whose experience with Halloween is just like, can I treat this like a regular day of the week without the pumpkin bowls? I don't eat the candy. I don't need it. Do we have to start Halloween decorations in September? Let me have my birthday in peace. Like I am that guy. And it's not for Christmas, it's not for Valentine's Day, it's for Halloween. Um and it's something that, considering my love of playing other characters, I used to cosplay for a while. Everybody would ask me why.
Hmm.
And it's just childhood trauma dump answer that I'm not going to get into right now. But when I do get into it with them, they're like, "Oh, but that happened so long ago. Can't you just get over it?" And I'm like,
That's not how trauma works.
"Exactly."
Oh my
Ugh.
god. Um,
So all of this to extend back to spooky games, I just tend not to play them. But when I do and I find one that I can enjoy under any circumstance, it's kind of a big deal. Like there's this one, and I don't know how spooky you would call it in the traditional sense, but a third person roguelike called Returnal has a very spooky atmosphere to me. You're defeating all of these like spooky looking aliens that have different sorts of cloaking tech and stuff on them. They jump scare you with their appearances sometimes, especially with the randomly generated dungeon loadouts.
mhm.
So to me, between the atmosphere and the gameplay, I get spooked sometimes. But the gameplay loop and the fact that I can actually control my character in this third person environment and not feel some sort of disconnect, which is very weird for any shooter game for me. The fact that it all just sort of clicked like that, it's like, okay, this is sort of the exception. And I can accept that the spookiness is kind of just a part of the vibe and it doesn't ruin the gameplay for me in the same
Okay.
way that a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare would.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes total sense. Um I do want to delve more into this, but I do want to sidebar real quick with you
Please.
concerning Halloween.
Okay.
You said you don't do the pumpkin bowl candy, whatever.
Nope.
So you don't have a candy bowl just in case little kids come over and knock on your door for candy.
Nope. I
You just have
literally do nothing. I treat
you
it like it's a regular day of the week.
so you don't even put up a sign that says "Bah Humbug Halloween" or something.
Nah, because that would be more traumatic than just going to a house that has absolutely no celebration on it. You know, to me, it's just like if you don't participate, don't participate. Like you can tell the story of why you don't participate if you ask,
Mhm.
but being outwardly like a sign on my door that says "Bah humbug Halloween, leave me alone," blah blah blah. I feel like that would just be even meaner to the kids than already not participating. With
But
like
but
everybody else
Grant,
in my complex participating, and then the one front door with no candy is mine.
but Grant, you could traumatize these kids with a horrible Halloween experience, thus creating more Halloween humbugs.
Why would I want to do that? I thought we were in the
Because fuck
generation
them
of
kids.
oof. I thought we were in the generation of skipping and not repeating generational traumas. You're asking me to repeat the cycle, not break it there, Donut.
I
Come
know, I
on
know. I'm just
now.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
I
joking. I
know, I know.
jest. I jest.
It's a little sprinkle topping to the rest of this donutty episode. I get you.
So delving more into that sense of dread that you get from playing a spooky game, right?
Yup.
Uh I think that there is a certain kind of art to a spooky experience that I
Hmm.
feel that I feel these games sometimes tend to cheapen.
Hmm.
And I say this because I've seen a couple of horror movies that give me a sense of dread, but not in the jump scare kind of way, more in the unsettling, uh, suspenseful way. Some of these
Got it.
movies do have jump scares, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these games as well have jump scares too. There's, I want to say there's like an art form to creating the perfect kind of uh jump scare, right? I hate jump scares. I hate them because I feel that they cheapen the horror experience. But I have
Hmm.
come to realize that jump scares, if properly utilized and properly built up, can be a very effective payoff for an unsettling feeling.
Hmm.
So, in your traditional jump scare, you have things that are set up for you beforehand. You have a character looking around, right? And the camera directly switches into a point of view where you assume the role of this character and you are locked into this point of view whether you like it or not. It
Got it.
is taking agency away from you as a player. Um and I think that these games kind of cheapen the experience if they try to do the same thing that a movie does, which is take agency away from you because you are playing a game. you are controlling the character,
Right.
right? And then a loud noise and something pops up on the screen. I'm I'm going after Five Nights at Freddy's here.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Yep.
yeah. So this is I feel that that cheapens what could be a very impactful moment in horror. Like games that games that do it that way, I don't want to have anything to do with. I don't want to play them
Got it.
because I feel that they cheapen the experience and it's something, oh, okay, they're going to do this, right? I have not played any of the Five Nights at Freddy's series, but I've seen people play them and
Same.
it just doesn't seem like my cup of tea. So you could throw my fucking opinion out the window because oh, this guy hasn't played it. He doesn't know what it's about. Sure, whatever.
And that applies to both of us. And
You-
that's just because our taste in games doesn't lend itself to, at least in my case, wanting to be scared in that kind of way while being stripped of my agency as a player.
Mhm,
While I can understand from a development standpoint that maybe that's part of the spook, that's part of the scare factor, because sometimes a lot of fear just that humans feel in general is because of a lack of a feeling of control over what's going on. So I
mhm.
get from that sense maybe why it's implemented. That doesn't mean I want to experience it in a medium that is supposed to be fun and or relaxing though. But this
Um,
just comes straight from a guy who doesn't respond well to the adrenaline jumps of getting scared.
sure.
So,
So here's the thing. There jump scares in video games I feel have follow a very traditional cheap formula, which is uh okay, something's going to jump out of the corner of the screen, the top of the screen, the bottom of the screen, the side of the screen, and there's going to be a loud noise associated with it, and that ends your character's run,
right.
right? There are other games that I've experienced slash played or seen played that have more of a suspense, uh, you know, literal terror
Mm,
that goes with it. For example, the Slender Man games. The Slender Man games uh, don't have as much of a jump scare factor, in my opinion. They have more of a building up suspense, which is you controlling a character going through a dark area using only a flashlight that may or may not run out of battery,
got
right?
it. Yeah.
So you are controlling this character, you are controlling how much of that uh flashlight you're using. But also you have this entity that randomly appears, and when it randomly appears, something happens to your screen, and it starts to kind of shake. You start to see static, you start to hear static before you are captured by this being known as the Slender Man. And it's not so much a jump scare, but more of a this thing is chasing me and I need to run away. And you running away, having the agency to leave and run, and then look behind you to see if it's behind you, and either A, see it, or B, don't see it, and you continue on your path. But then you have it, you turn around, you don't see it, and then you turn back to where you were running and it's in front of you. And that is terrifying because
Yeah.
you don't know where it came from, but it's now chasing you again. I think that is a much more uh, better use of the jump scare that was, developed in film, but ultimately evolved in, uh, you know, f- um, video game media, because it doesn't strip the player of the agency that they have to run away, right?
Yeah.
Games like that, I feel, are better horror games than just jump scare fests.
So in a sense what you're trying to describe is games that are designed more or less like a horror movie experience, an interactive horror movie experience, are your type of spooky game cup of tea compared to the Five Nights at Freddy's is, or those that rely on jump scares to get their primary spooks in.
Right. Because in
I can
and
see
I'm
that.
gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna give an example of the movie that we saw yesterday, which was Weapons, right? The one that me and my brother saw for our podcast. There are jump scares, like a couple of jump scares in that film that for sure, scared the bejesus out of me, right? Um, but the way that it was built up to made it more tense because these jump scares, they're not short and sweet. They're built over the course of minutes, right? You notice the music slowly start to
Yep.
change. You notice the camera being taken into point of view of the character that you're watching. And then the surprise happens with a stinger of music, right? And
Yeah.
the stinger happens, but it's not something that is on screen for a long time. It's something that's on screen for a very short amount of time. So you yourself wonder if it was there just like the character does when it goes back to the character and then goes back to their point of view and the thing is gone, right?
Right.
Um with games like for example, Until Dawn. Until Dawn is a horror movie that they made into a game, but it was a game. It was a game that they made with the concept of a horror movie. So
Hmm.
basically, you're playing this game, you have agency, you make choices in this game, and then the movie, right, the game plays out. This game was remastered for, the new systems,
Right.
and it was also created into a movie.
Oh, wow. So
The
you could
game
experience the game as the movie in a movie form.
not exactly because it doesn't follow the story of the game completely,
Mm.
right? It takes aspects of it, I believe, because I haven't seen it. But from what I've heard, it takes aspects of the game and puts them in the movie somehow. So you have this game Until Dawn where you are playing, you have agency, but it is stripped away when cutscenes occur. But the way that the game does it is their active cutscenes. You have to pay attention.
Oh, right.
You
The quick
have
time
to
event style, huh?
they yeah, it's a quick time event style that plays out. So you have to be aware of it. And as soon as I say quick time, people like, oh, I hate quick time events or whatever.
But in this sort of
Yes,
format, it seems to work because it's actually emulating the style of decision that you're going to have to make in that moment if you were in this exact situation where you
that's
don't have all the
correct.
time in the world to think.
Yes, 100%. I remember the quick time events in the original Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube that people were super pissed about because of the timing of it and all this other stuff. Um, but these quick time events in these horror games don't feel like they are cheapened or make the game feel cheap because they're in them because you are the active participant in this story. So it makes a lot more sense to have something like that built into a game because it keeps your agency intact. And
Yeah.
there's been such an evolution, I would say even a renaissance of horror games, that has come out for a while now. I think Five Nights at Freddy's with their jump scares did start it. Um, Although there have been other games that have made use of those jump scares but added more elements to it to make them even more kind of unsettling. And I think unsettling horror beats out jump scares all of the time. I was recently playing a game called The Mortuary Assistant.
I feel like I've heard about that one.
You play a mortuary assistant that goes through the whole process of cleaning a cadaver. And I mean, it simplifies it, of course, because, the whole
Yeah,
process is not as simple as all that. But the whole thing is very, very suspenseful,
got it.
because, dealing with a dead body is not something that everybody in the world does.
It's not an
Uh,
everyday thing. Let's
it
go with
is
that.
it is not, absolutely not, but you always have this feeling of, what if the person, starts to move or wake up or whatever when I'm doing these things that I have to do to prep a corpse for their funeral, basically. It is a very unsettling game, very graphic, because of the, nature of what you're doing, but it also has scary things built in, like lights turning on or off, shadows that turn into other things that are not shadows. I was only able to play like 2 hours of this game before I noped the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
I
it
have
sounds like
this
you would
game
have got.
still.
It sounds like you would have gotten far. You got farther than I ever could.
I basically played the tutorial and noped the fuck out of there. I just couldn't do it. Another game that I played that was horror based was a game called Cabin Factory. And
Okay.
this is a game where you are an inspector for um, cabin movie props. So
Okay.
you're in a conveyor belt style place where you press a button and a cabin pops up on a conveyor belt that you're supposed to go into and see if it is A, haunted, or B, not haunted. Those are
Oh,
the only
good.
two options that you have. So you're
Oh,
going
good.
through this cabin, and the place that you're in is brightly lit. You don't see, anything out of the ordinary, but as soon as you step on that porch, the music changes to winter winds howling. The lighting changes to, pretty dark, and you are walking into this cabin.
Oh man.
And there are bodies that are in the cabin that are basically mannequins, right? Dummy dolls, whatever. And you are supposed to go to each and every corner of this place and see if it's haunted. And sometimes the thing will look exactly like it does, because every cabin looks exactly the same, except stuff happens in this cabin sometimes, and you need to get out of the cabin and press the haunted button to pass it on.
Oh, good.
So it's either
Ugh.
you say it's haunted or not, and they give you ground rules for what is considered haunted or not, and you have to get 8 of them in a row correct in order to beat the game, basically.
What?
It is I played it for a little bit, but man, I'm telling you, that game did a fantastic job of building up the suspense and horror, because there's not like a monster or something that pops up. It's little things. You'll see movement, and if you see movement, that's an automatic haunted house. You'll
Oh my
see
god.
you'll see plates or furniture be moved or thrown out at you. And you'll see disturbing things, but not everything disturbing is haunted. So you have to go through all of these different cabins and decide if they're A, haunted or not.
I would not be able to do that.
And
I would not.
when the game really fucks with you is when you see something and you're like, nope, this place is haunted, and you go outside to press the haunted button, and your haunted button is gone, and you have somebody running after you. Like, what the fuck do you do?
That was going to be that was going to be my next question. If you need to push the haunted button and the haunted button's gone, you know for sure it's haunted, but what do you do?
You run the fuck out of there. That's what you do.
Just like I would
Um,
run the fuck away from playing that game. Good lordy Lou. Oh my god. Like
But that's what I mean. These games have evolved greatly to the point where they're not just jump scares anymore. They're more psychological, more filled with suspense, and that is what makes these spooky games something interesting to play. Not all the time, mind you, but when the mood takes you to play something that has you a little bit on the edge of your seat, right? Another game that I've played or that I have on my list to play is a game called Vigil. And this
Vigil.
game, yes, this game has your camera, right? Your IRL camera attached to your computer.
You were telling me about this one. This is the one that tracks your eyes, isn't it?
Yes. So it
Oh
tracks your
god.
eyes to see if they're open or closed. If they are open and the monster is on screen, it will not move. But if they close for even a second, that monster will spring to life immediately and come get you.
So if you blink, you're doomed?
Yes.
Oh
Not
god.
necessarily. Not necessarily. Excuse me. Like I said, I haven't played this game yet. I'm actually very curious to see how it'll play with my mask on, if it will be able to track my eyes with my mask on or not, right? Um, but these games that I've all described are first person games.
Oh, that just makes it even scarier. You don't even get the benefit of seeing a character model and a wider view of the world on screen.
That's right,
Oof.
because it's all point of view.
Yep.
Whereas other horror games that are just more unsettling in general, and this is where I bring in a great franchise known as Little Nightmares, which is coming out with Little Nightmares 3 a little bit later in the month of October. Um, Little Nightmares is a great series that showcases what a platforming horror game is like. It's not full of jump scares. It is mostly full of terrifying visuals and unsettling visuals and sound design.
Jeez.
I highly recommend those games because they build suspense and tension by the atmosphere that is produced.
Your descriptions built tension all over. Good lord. I got tense and nervous and a little spooked just from you describing the premises.
And I haven't even described anything of it really. I've just described the atmosphere, the mood. Everything
Oh
is
god,
dark.
that's enough to get me? Jeez, I really am a wuss. I and that's another reason I became the Halloween humbug. It's the stuff I liked, and then the stuff that's there is, well, I'm a wuss about it. So, man, you know how to sell a spooky game.
I'm just describing what I see.
Well, you know how
um,
to do it. I'm saying that much very clearly. I hope.
there is another spooky game that I've played recently that's based on a movie franchise, which is called A Quiet Place.
I've
I forget
definitely heard of that
exactly.
one.
I forget exactly what the title of it is. Um, I want to say it's A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead. This movie this game is based on the movie franchise, but it has its own separate story from that. But the game does a fantastic job of working with what the movie presented and presenting it in a game, to the point where your microphone is picking up what noise you make. So if you yell, if you talk, then the creatures will hear you and they will come get you.
Oh my god. Do people stream this game? They're automatic targets.
I have streamed this game, and for that, what I've done is I've put in some scary sounds to happen if somebody types in a command or if somebody pays with it for channel points, and a sound will go off that will, scare me and cause me to yelp
Oh
or
no.
curse. And that's
Oh
when my
no.
game ends and I have to start over from a checkpoint.
Oh
So it
no.
builds in another level of suspense when you're playing the game. Um, I I stopped playing it because I couldn't deal with it. I even had a heart rate monitor application on the screen to show what my heart rate was when things were going down. Um,
I
which
bet as things were going down, your heart rate was going up.
surprisingly not. My heart rate stayed around 90.
Whoa.
Maybe one time got into the 3-digit mark. But yeah, scary games have evolved a long, long way from just a plain jump scare to um, more intense kind of buildup of what horror can be.
Yeah,
Um,
literal psychological thriller horror style is now baked into a lot of these games you're describing.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All to say that I think it would be a fun thing
Okay.
for you to try out one of these games.
Fun for who, let me ask?
I think it would be fun not only to witness it, right? But to, you know, uh help you maybe understand the horror genre as something that could be entertaining, as weird as that sounds.
I get it as a concept. I really do. Because there are people out there who they genuinely like the horror genre because of the adrenaline that getting scared gives them. It's a
Mhm.
form of adrenaline rush. They may like the characters, some telling of the cinematic universe, the action in the movies and games. I ain't saying there's nothing to like about it because people clearly do. It's just that for me, if I were to want to invest time, energy, adrenaline, and let's face it, sanity into a genre that I have notoriously never been compatible with, it would have to be for something very special. And I don't just mean do it for Halloween, because I'll have to get past that hurdle first in order to want to make Halloween a special day at all.
Mhm.
So while it could be fun, I would have to do a lot of introspection to figure out what would work. Because I've got friends who you've met who want to take me to quaint little Halloween parades, and I'm like, okay, on a level of on what's the spook rating here? Is it Disneyland's Oogie Boogie Bash? Is it Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights? Is it somewhere in between? You gotta give me a rating here because there is a certain threshold I will entertain the idea of,
Mhm.
and there is a certain threshold that basically says Grant must be this tough to spook, and I don't think I'm there yet.
I would not recommend a first person experience for you. I would possibly recommend playing one of the Little Nightmares games. Probably the first one,
Got it. Got it.
because
Got it.
there's not much in terms of jump scares in that game. There may be the odd one or two, but it's more a thriller suspense kind of thing.
Got it.
This is not something that you have to commit to or answer to here, because
I
we've
know.
had this discussion before about, why the spookiness isn't something that you're into, and, what's tied behind it. But I think I think this would be something interesting to have go on.
It would be an interesting chapter for Grant to say, I did the thing. We'll see where this goes. To 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 draw on something that I had to basically embody when I was a young boy when trying certain foods, to take a no thank you bite of it, if you will.
That is a very apt uh, parallel that you've drawn.
It's basically a way of saying, all right, I will try it once. If I cannot say with more yes than no energy that I enjoyed it, I will never do it again, but I tried it, and that is what counts.
This is this is acceptable. This is
Good.
this is
Good.
a good answer. We're getting somewhere, Grant. Can you feel it right here in your fucking mind palace? We're getting somewhere.
Oh, I feel it more than just the Mind Palace. I don't know if you've been seeing this episode, but I have been adjusting my back and my neck. There's a lot of tension there from all
Oh
this
yeah.
spook.
Oh
So
yeah, I see it.
we're
The arms
so
are
it's
crossed.
so it ain't just the Mind Palace we're getting to. You're getting into all of the crevasses, all of them. All of them.
Well,
Good grief. And
well, let's
again,
let's
this is the perfect episode for Tango to be here on and to debut with this show because it's like, here, Dad, let me be your emotional support cat for this episode. Let me do that, okay? I didn't know that I was walking into it, but let me do that for you. Because sometimes he lays here on stream
Mhm.
if he is interested. And yeah, the arm of this chair has kind of become his little spot.
Maybe he felt exactly that. Maybe he felt that he needed to be here for you. What if Tango was there when you were playing this spooky game?
If I yelped, it would probably scare him. You know,
Yeah.
cats and loud noises and all.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
he could definitely start as a emotional support cat for that stream, and it might make the initial startup process a little easier.
Mm.
It might, but again, this is all long time down the road discussion. Though I
Sure,
will
sure.
say, when you were up in my neck of the woods early in September
Mhm.
for my birthday party, my chosen sister Sam was there, and after that birthday party, she pitched the idea to me to start with reclaiming Halloween. And instead
Mhm.
of having to like figure out a costume, do the candy thing necessarily, just figure out what outside of just the typical fall season stuff that leans more into Halloween I would like, if anything. So take that step. If I can find stuff to take that step, which we're trying this week,
Mhm.
then maybe it'll evolve into a little nightmares game or something that's like again a video game that has like a Disney level spook factor to it, just to effectively get myself okay with the idea again.
Mm,
But
mm,
it would
mm.
have to be the babiest of baby steps in
I'm
order to get
sure.
me there with any level of expediency.
Let's play our game, Grant.
Yes,
Let's play our
aptly
aptly
named.
named game, which is called Ghost. So, this is a
Ooh.
word game, all right,
Mm-hmm.
where we try to spell a word, but whoever spells a word first loses.
Okay.
Just to give an example, I'm going to start with the letter G.
Is this the part where I go, or are you still giving the example?
Nope, this is the part where we're going. We're doing it
Got it.
live.
Okay. I am going to pick H.
Oh,
U.
okay. Okay, fine. I guess so. L. I spelled ghoul.
Yep.
Yeah, you got me there. So I lost that game. I lost that round. Simple as that.
Got
Whoever
it.
whoever is forced to spell the word loses.
All right. Okay, let's pick a letter. Let's pick a letter. Nice and broad one. Let's go with the letter A.
S. God damn it!
H.
I spelled as already. I lost this fucking game immediately. Oh,
Oh man, and I had followed up with another spelling of a word. I said H. That would be ash.
mm-hmm,
Oh my
mm-hmm.
gosh.
All right, here
Okay,
here we
maybe.
go. Here we go. I got one.
Okay.
F.
E.
A.
Hmm. S.
I.
B.
L.
Shouldn't have pulled out that trump card so quickly. It got Uno reversed. Let's see. Ah, I'm just gonna take the L. I'm gonna go with E, and that'll spell feasible.
There you go. There you go. T.
H.
I was about to spell. I was about to spell a word. uh, I.
N. Nah, no, that spells a word.
It does.
It does. Nerds. Nerds. Nerds, I tell ya.
It's your turn.
Okay. We're gonna go with P.
R.
A.
N.
C.
Uh, fuck. E. Prance. I was hoping to go somewhere else with that, but it did not work. Did not work.
All right. So
Uh,
you, I
I
said P
went.
to. I thought
Oh,
I
did you?
said P to start.
Okay, N.
Hmm. E.
A.
Oh man. I curse so many four-letter words with this combo.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I cannot think of anything aside from those four-letter words.
Then do it and lose the round.
Why not? T. We spelled neat.
Mm, mm, mm.
And if I may propose that this be the last round,
Yeah.
we're going to go with W.
Uh, H.
A.
WHA.
Yes.
Uh, L.
I'll see that and raise you another L.
fucking word are you spelling? Uh, you know what? I think I might take the L on this one and challenge what word you're spelling.
I was going for the word wallop. WHALLOP.
Isn't it spelled WALL?
Is it? I've
I'm
always seen
pretty
it.
sure.
I've seen it with an H.
Fucking look this up right now.
I was gonna say, let me consult the Googles to be the tiebreaker here. Let me consult the Googles. It is. Oh, it is technically a word, but I was apparently confusing the actual application of the word with a character from Banjo Kazooie.
Oh. Oh, okay. So, I mean, what? How is it spelled?
The word I was looking for this challenge is in fact the way you said, WALLOP. But
Okay.
the Banjo Kazooie character, actually a Banjo Tooie character, I think, is WHALLOP. And
Okay.
I did not know I was doing that. In my defense, because it has been forever and a day since I've gotten to the later areas of Banjo Tooie.
There you
So,
go. So, I think I win.
yeah, yes, due to fictional technicality, you won that round.
Nice. Oh man, good times, good
Good
times.
times indeed.
I'm glad we could wrap this episode up with a fun, light, breezy game like Ghost.
And I'm glad we could wrap it up specifically with that many laughs. Good
I know,
lord.
right?
We needed those this episode.
Yeah. Uh, I am Senior Donut on Twitch TV, Senior Donut, and this is also Mr. Grant Patrizio, which is Twitch.
Twitch.tv/Grant_Patrizio.
There
Just
you
a,
go.
yeah. And we wish you a Halloween season that is suitable to your spooky tastes, whatever level that
Ooh,
is.
ooh, I like that. I like that.
Good night, everybody.